So, we've come into the space, we've come into the room, we've engaged our free attention and come into ourselves, and now we come into the event. Music so wishes to be heard that it calls on unlikely characters to give it voice and unlikely characters to give it ears. This wishing to be heard calls the performance into manifestation that the music, musician, and audience may become one in communion. This communion has 6 forms or principles of being and experiencing itself. These are the 6 principles of the performance event. The first principle is that when people get together, something happens that would not otherwise take place. When people get together with music, something remarkable may happen. It has an emergent quality. The creation continues being created. The second principle of the 6 principles of the performance event is that things come together mysteriously and go way better than we might anticipate or deserve. It took me several years of engaging with this principle before I began to experience how much the event wishes to become. The third principle of the performance event: each performance is unique. We've never been here before. We will not be in this moment again. How we collectively engage determines the event. A performance may take on a life, a character, and a spirit of its own. The fourth principle of the 6 principles of the performance event is that each performance is a multiplicity of performances. Each of us has our own experience. Depending upon the intensity with which we are present, we can take this experience with us and return to it maybe in 10 or even 20 years' time and interrogate our experience and ask our experience of this moment questions of which we're presently unaware. The 5th principle of the performance event is that the possible is possible. The possible is possible because it has to be. Practically and externally, possibility is governed by contingency. Personal, impersonal, internal, external, and the overall prevailing conditions of time, place, person, and circumstance. For example, my flight has been cancelled. This is contingency. In the transformational aspect of performance, is it possible for me to be present and to be who I am? Yes. So the possible is possible. We begin with the possible and move gradually towards the impossible. The 6th principle of the performance event the impossible is possible. This is the principle I love the most. Possible, what is possible is not enough. Although, as I get older, may I say, my respect for simple competency is growing. if we are able to call on what is highest in us, the impossible is possible. So we begin with the impossible and move gradually towards the possible. Of the 6 principles of the performance event, there is a 7th principle, which resides in silence. So of this 7th principle, little is said. Were I to offer a few words? May we trust the inexpressible benevolence of the creative impulse. And now maybe we allow the 7th principle to return to silence.